The environment is where all have a mutual interest. It is one thing all of us share, in the words of Lady Bird Johnson. Greetings to everyone. I extend my warm welcome to all present at the other side of the screen. World Environment Day reminds us to ensure that our nature is preserved at all costs. We had this thought in mind, but due to the prevailing situation, pandemic induced lockdown, it was not possible for us to meet physically and observe the day. It was just next to impossible. So, when we tried to think out ways how to observe the day, then we came upon the idea of observing the day on a virtual platform. When this thought was put forward to the students of Class 12 Science of PSF Senior Secondary School, Shillong, they came up with such creative, innovative ideas so as to observe the day. They have prepared different items in the form of PowerPoints, in the form of speech, in the form of song, posters, photography, poetry, and even dance, with only one notion in mind, that we need to restore our environment. So here, through this virtual Zoom platform, these children, they will be presenting their different items one after another. It will be a series of creations, and at the end of which, I'm sure it will make us reflect that our every action, that our every act does matter. Now, I will hand over the platform to these children who will be presenting their events one after another. So, looking forward to all those events. Let us all share this virtual platform and reflect back and think about the earth. Thank you, and once again, a happy World Environment Day to all of us.
So, good afternoon, teachers, friends, and all the students present here. Today, I'm going to present a PowerPoint presentation on the topic our ecosystem, which is based on World Environment Day. Let's dive into the next slide. World Environment Day. What is World Environment Day? World Environment Day, WED, that's a short form, is the United Nations principal vehicle for encouraging worldwide awareness and action for the environment. It is celebrated on 5th June every year, engaging all the citizens worldwide to address pressing environmental issues. It also serves as People's Day for doing something positive for the environment. Let's go to the next slide. The main theme of this PowerPoint presentation is ecosystem restoration. For too long, we are exploiting and destroying our planet's ecosystems. Every 3 seconds, the world loses enough forest to cover a football pitch. And over the last century, we have destroyed half of our wetlands. As much as 50% of our coral reefs have already been lost, and up to 90% of coral reefs could be lost by 2050. That's there's a very big loss for our planet, even if the global warming is limited to an increase of 1.5 degrees Celsius. Now, what is ecosystem restoration? Ecosystem restoration means preventing, halting, and reserving the damage to go from exploiting nature to healing it. Let's go to the next slide. some ways for restoration of our ecosystem, which is very, very important. Repairing and replanting wetlands, creek beds, forest lands, and other habitats. Replacing turf grass with native species. Eradicating invasive species. Now, what are invasive species? They are those species which harm the environment. Planting rain gardens to absorb rainwater running off roofs or asphalt. Monitoring pond and lake habitats and preparing reports on finding to governmental authorities. Now, one example I've noted from the last point, that is the monitoring pond and lake habitat, algal bloom. Algal bloom, actually, I think everybody have visited Watts Lake, and you can see the algae on top, on the upper surface of the pond, and that is only algal bloom. It is a rapid increase or accumulation in the population of algae in free water. Now, it is, as a citizen, we as a citizen should take the responsibility to clean it. We cannot just tell the government, because it is us only who are actually exploiting the environment. So actually, it's our responsibility to look after that. And you can see here, there is one frog here, that is the invasive species. A rain garden also is there. Then even the wetlands also there. This is the restored wetland. And this is the algal bloom on the first pic. Okay, the conclusion I came across was that we should restore our ecosystem for a healthy and safe planet by planting more and more trees, more and more plants, keeping our areas clean and green, and following more and more ways for restoration of our ecosystem. Thank you.
Present. I am Laureen from 12 Science A, and what we're about to present today is a collective and joint effort of the students in our class. We have prepared a musical item for today, and we tried our best and contributed all that we can to spread our message on World Environment Day. So we highlighted that the Earth is in dire need of our attention, and if we were not to do anything at this point of time, sooner or later, it might be a little too late. I hope you all enjoy our item and the rest of the program as well. Thank you.
What about sunrise? What about rain? What about all the things that you said we were to gain? What about killing fields? Is there a time? What about all the things that you said was yours and mine? Did you ever stop to notice how the earth has looked before? Did you ever stop to notice if I got these weeping shores?
What have we done to the world? Look what we've done. What about all the peace that you pledged your only son?
What about flowering fields? Is there a time? What about all the dreams that you said was yours and mine? Did you ever stop to notice all the damage that we've done? Did you ever stop to notice this crying of these weeping shores?
There are many things you have to accomplish in the future, but So what have you managed to accomplish if you were to die today? Would we have left there in a better place?
There's a place in your heart, and I know that it is love. And this place is brighter than tomorrow. And if you really try, you'll find there's no need to cry. In this place, you feel there's no hurt or sorrow. There are ways to get there if you care enough for the living. Make a little space, make a better place, make a better place for you and for me. By introducing optimism in the face of environmental crisis, people can remain both aware and hopeful for a positive outcome. In today's world, the earth is suffering, but there is always hope. Hope for it to heal. And this can only be done if we all join our hands together and help it heal. The earth is beautiful, so please stop destroying it, and unless someone like you cares an awful lot, nothing is going to get better.
This is my grand.
Happy Environment Day. Thank you.
Happy Environment Day. Thank you.
Everyone, my name is Swayamde. I'm from class 12 Science B, and here we'll talk about solutions. It is quintessential for everyone present here to advocate for a greener environment and conservation of the nature. But why do we have to think for the environment? We do it to save our human race. We shouldn't forget that humans don't look forward to do anything if it does not involve them in any way or the other. Now, I would also ask that how many of you present here really mean what you've presented or about to present? I really think it's a handful. We all know what the problems are, but we should come up with sustainable solutions which can be practically applied to save the environment and to save the human race. Every year, everyone comes up with the same common solution, that is planting trees. I'm not against it, obviously, but if we think practically, is that possible with 267 births per minute globally? And not so surprisingly, this report is from 2016. Deforestation is not what we want, but is what we need to sustain the growing population. According to Edward O. Wilson, a prominent sociobiologist at the Howard University, said that the uppermost limit of the population that can be sustained on Earth is 10 billion.
Bucket Nandhar from Class 12 Science, and now I'm going to present to you a self-composed poem that I wrote specifically for this day. The Earth by Bucket Nandhar. Sometimes I wonder, uncanny it is, for Earth with beings and life to exist. Experts say, and many believe, from Drake's formula, we aren't to exist. For life and the Earth to us is granted. The relationships, connections were established, and every being is connected to each other in need, survival, growth, or whatever. For the Earth is our home. Where else shall we go? For its beauty we see, its beauty that we know, can be instantly repulsive if we do not show our care and gratitude will love and grow. Therefore, understanding of nature's laws is a must, so we won't end up with sand and dust. To do that, we have to keep in mind in all that we do the tipping scale of balance of life. At present, far ahead into oblivion we stare. Can we stop it? That we do not know. One thing is certain that
World Environment Day. Just now, Bakit was saying in that poem, a very beautiful poem, and earlier also when they were singing, the girls and boys of 12 Science A, and the lines that they were presenting, it was so very, very good. And World Environment Day is to remind ourselves that we have to be careful. I have prepared a few questions for you, once again, to remind ourselves, as I said, about the importance of World Environment Day. First question, very simple, open to all, but students will first answer. If the students are not able to answer, then we will pass it to the teachers. So, students of class 12 science, look sharp. Your first question, in which year was the World Environment Day first celebrated?
Ma'am, 1974.
Who said that?
1972.
Sir, but
1974 is correct. Who said that 1974?
ma'am, Raj.
Raj Tiwari.
Yes, ma'am.
Is it? All right, good. Raj Tiwari, very good. It was the resolution of UNO, World United Nations, United Nations Organization, that in the year 1974, they came to this resolution that something need to be done about environment in order to make it sustainable for everyone. So on 5th of June, 1974, it was celebrated the first time ever. After that, it started on, and every year it is now celebrated. Your second question, if you have followed that boy's PowerPoint presentation, you will be able to answer. Second question is, what is the theme of this year's World Environment Day? The theme of this year's, yes?
Ecosystem restoration.
All right, I got two answers. Who are those? Can I have the names?
Vishal.
Vishal and who else?
Nishant.
Nishant.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Nishant and Vishal. Very good. Ecosystem restoration is the theme of this year's World Environment Day. All right. Third is, every year it is a country, usually an underdeveloped country, that becomes the global host. Every year it is like this. All right, once the theme is given, one, usually, as I said, underdeveloped or developing country will be the host. Who is, or which country is the global host this year?
Ma'am, Pakistan.
Oh, very good. 3 answers came. Very good. Who are those students? Please tell your names.
Ma'am, Raj.
Ma'am, Nishant.
Tiwari. Then Nishant.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And who else? There was another one.
Kevin, miss.
Kevin, very good. Very, very good. Your fifth question. One of the main role of the rainforest, you're all familiar with the word rainforest, is to stabilize the Earth's climate by absorbing CO2, that is carbon dioxide. What is the other very important task? One, listen once again, rainforest task is to stabilize the Earth's CO2 level, absorbing carbon dioxide. What is the other very important task?
To absorb
releasing oxygen.
Releasing oxygen. Providing oxygen.
Ma'am, to absorb rainwater.
Sorry.
Ma'am, increasing humidity?
No, not exactly.
Ma'am, providing homes for animals?
No. These are some of
the...
Maintaining water cycle.
Ma'am, creating clouds.
Right. Creating clouds is more close. All right. It is maintaining world's water cycle.
Yes.
All right. Who said creating clouds?
Ma'am Raj.
Raj. All right, you are close. It is maintaining the water cycle of the world. So Raj Tiwari is close. So I put his name for against this question. Question number 5. It is maintaining world's water cycle. Number 6. Very simple, very direct kind of a question. What is the largest rainforest?
Amazon.
Quick.
Amazon rainforest.
Amazon.
Yes.
Amazon.
Right. Amazon rainforest is the largest rainforest. May I have some names?
Simarjit.
Vishal.
Simarjit.
Simarjit. All right. Another one said something. Another one was there. Vishal, Simarjit, and huh?
Bansidor.
Yes. All right. Bansidor. Fine. Now come to question number 7. 50% of the world's animals live in the tropical rainforest. It's very, very, it is the habitat of 50% of the animals of the world. Now, there is something very interesting about these animals. Where in the forest do they live? Where in the forest do they live?
Canopy.
Canopy.
Yes? Sorry, no. Be specific.
Below the
Anyone?
layer of the
No.
Arboreal.
Yes, arboreal. Who said arboreal?
Simarjit.
All right, Simarjit, you're correct. They are arboreal, and some of you might not know the meaning of arboreal, the students. Arboreal means they live in the trees. Question number 13. Now, this is a little notorious question, but I would like to have the answer. Which country is regarded as most responsible for climate change according to study? That is, they are the largest contributor of CO2.
China.
China.
Yeah?
China.
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 It is. Many of you answered correctly. It is China. Just one more question. This is from our area. It is that some of you must have come across this tragic news that once again, some people got trapped in the rat hole mining of Jaintia Hills district. Now you have to name the organization that banned rat hole mining in that area. The organization that banned rat hole mining in that area. I thought it was a very simple question.
JSU.
National Green Tribunal.
Who said that? Yes. National Green Tribunal is the correct answer. Who came up with the answer?
Ma'am Nishant.
Nishant.
Ma'am Nishant.
All right, that is correct. National Green Tribunal, NGT. NGT ban is there on rat hole mining. All right. Now that is all for the day.
Let us explore together through their lenses and their remarkable photography skills. As the students of Class 12 Science B shared with us the incredible moments they captured of the environment. These students are Soumyadeep, Simarjit, Ankita Devi, Darushwa, Eddie Lingdor, Niwan, Ebenezer War, Ashley Marwin, and Rahil Mara. I would also like to convey my special gratitude to our teachers for this opportunity and the students for their help and cooperation.
Good evening to everyone present here. This is a song that we, the students of Class 12 Science B, would like to present to all of you on this day. This is our wish and hope for a better tomorrow, hoping that everybody enjoys it, and a very happy World Environment Day to all. Thank you.
Greetings, teachers and friends. So, conserving our environment is everyone's responsibility. But with conflict between nations, how can everyone work together towards a better future? So, today's song we'll be singing is called This Is My Wish by Kevin Ross. This song signifies our wish for peace, which is the first step towards a better future and the conservation of the environment. I hope you enjoy the song. Thank you.
This is my wish for the world, that peace will find its way to every boy and girl.
This is the time for harmony. Let love be the song that everybody sings. Fill the air with joyful noise. Ring the bells and raise your voice. Let there be peace on earth. Let there be peace on earth. Lift your light and let it shine. Shine, shine, shine. Let every voice be heard. Let there be peace on earth.
I hear the sweetest sound, the sound of hope to come. Together we could bring goodwill to everyone.
Let it start with you. Let it start with me. Let every nation rise and sing this melody.
Have a joyful noise, ring the bell and raise your voice.
Let there be peace on earth. Let there be peace on earth.
Lift your light and let it shine. Let it shine, shine.
Let every voice be heard. Let there be peace on earth.
So good afternoon, everyone. Today I'll be presenting a PPT on International Environment Day. First of all, what is environment? Environment is the sum of total of the elements, factors, and conditions in the surrounding, which can have an impact on the development, action, or survival of an organism or group of organisms. World Environment Day. World Environment Day, also WED, is the United Nations principal vehicle for encouraging worldwide awareness and action for the environment. The theme for World Environment Day 2021 is ecosystem restoration. What is ecosystem restoration? Meaning of ecosystem restoration. Ecosystem restoration means assisting in the recovery of ecosystem that have been degraded or destroyed, as well as conserving the ecosystem that are still intact. Some ways in which restoration can happen are: number one, by growing more and more trees; number two, making cities greener and greener; number three, rebuilding gardens; number four, changing diets; number five, cleaning up rivers and coasts; number five, planting rain gardens to absorb rainwater, and by many more such ways. Next, issues related to environment. Here we will discuss some issues related to environment. First of all, air pollution. You all might be familiar with some of the pollutants such as ozone, nitrogen dioxide. These pollutants, when mixed in air, make air poisonous for us to breathe. When we breathe such air, we can have serious health problems such as asthma and cancer and many more. Next is radioactive pollution. What is radioactive pollution? This type of pollution happens due to radioactive substances into the environment, such as radiation from nuclear explosions, nuclear weapon tests, etc. This results in burning skin and sometimes many issues such as cancer and many more. Next is fuel crisis. This happens due to wastage of fuel and not saving the fuel for future. You all must have heard that lots of liters of tons of liters of fuels get wasted into oceans. So we have to stop this. But we humans have also found a way to get out of this problem, that is batteries, electricity as fuel. We'll discuss in this presentation later. Next, some more reasons are deforestation. Deforestation is the permanent removal of forests to make room for something besides forest and for purposes such as agriculture, grazing, or using timber for fuel or construction or manufacturing. Next is global warming. Global warming is the long-term heating of Earth's climate system observed since pre-industrial period, that is 1850 to 1900, due to human activities, primarily fossil fuel burning, which increases heat trapping greenhouse gas levels in Earth's atmosphere. Next is water pollution. Water pollution, also known as aquatic pollution, is the contamination of water bodies, usually due to human activities such as releasing inadequately treated wastewater into natural bodies such as rivers, lakes, etc. Water pollution is the leading worldwide cause of death and diseases, example, due to waterborne disease. Here are some measures of temperature from April 1995 to April 2020. In April 1995, temperature of Earth was 15 degrees Celsius. In 2000, it was 17 degrees Celsius. In 2005, it was 19 degrees Celsius. In 2010, it was 20 degrees Celsius. And in 2015, it was 21 degrees Celsius. And in 2020, that is last year, it was 22 degrees Celsius. This main motive of this graph is to show that temperature of Earth is increasing day by day. Next is continents with lack of water. 50% of Asia's water has been finished up or consumed up. Africa, 80% of Africa's water has been consumed up, and Africa is left with only 20% of water. America, 60% of America's water has been consumed up, and they are left with only 40% of water. This we are comparing drinkable water. Next, rubbish in the ocean leading to water pollution. You all must be familiar with many companies which release their nuclear waste, non-disposable waste, factory gases, such as many such things which results in the pollution of oceans, and these cause damages such as acid rain, increase in the temperature of Earth, and many more. Actions we can take to save our Earth. First, how to save planets. Here I have mentioned some of the actions we can take. Number one is planting more and more trees. Number two, using recyclable cups. Number three, reducing use of non-recyclable items. And number four, using things after cleaning them instead of throwing them away. How to save water? We can save water by some ways, and there are many more, but we'll discuss some here. Be mindful of running water. We should be mindful of running water. That is, don't keep your taps running the entire time you're brushing your teeth or washing hands. Number two, fix leaks as soon as possible. Locate the source of leaks from shower heads, rusting pipes, toilets, etc. to avoid wasting more water. Number three, catch rainwater. We can install rainwater harvesting system in our houses. There is a fact, installing water baths save up to 5,000 liters water a year. That's really lots of water. Time your gardening. Water plants in the early morning or afternoon to stop water immediately from evaporating in sunlight and heat. Many more ways are there, but we discussed 4 of ways here. Next, as I said, we'll discuss a new form of energy, that is electric energy. Batteries. You all must be familiar with a car company named Tesla. That's using battery as fuel instead of petrol and diesel. Number one, batteries are eco-friendly. Number two, batteries can be recycled easily. According to a research, 99% of a battery can be easily recycled. Number three, batteries are plant friendly. That is, they do not cause any harm to the plants. And batteries in cars are used as fuels instead of petrols and diesels, which is helping to save fuel. Here come to an end. That is the end of my presentation.
Teachers and everyone present here. Today I'm going to present some of the creative representations made by the students of 12 Science Section A to create environmental awareness. So firstly, there are posters made by the students. The first one is made by Faustina. In this poster, she tried to depict that it is necessary to reserve the greenery in our planet by planting more and more trees. The second one is made by Victoria. Here we can see that the planet Earth is covered with a filthy cloth which is full of toxicities and smoke. This poster shows us that in order to live in a beautiful planet, we must ensure to opt all the activities that are environmental friendly and restore our planet Earth. The third one is again made by Victoria. It shows two people embracing the earth, which indicates that they care about it. There are other small logos which inspires us to use nature friendly methods such as solar power energy, environmental friendly items, and follow the 4 R's: recycle, reuse, repair, and rethink. The fourth one is made by Vishal. In this poster, he depicted Earth in the shape of an hourglass, where he used the half of it to show the devastating condition of Earth, where there is lack of oxygen, where the Earth is facing drought, scarcity of everything. And the second part, he showed the Earth where there is lots of greenery, water, and everything. So he tried to depict that we must follow all the things needed to restore the planet Earth. The fifth one is made by me. Here I have divided the earth into two parts to show that in one part there is a polluted free earth with greenery and everything very fine and good, while the other end is polluted earth with no life in it. So I tried to show that to ensure better living, we must remember to do every possible activities like planting more and more trees and developing in a holistic way to put back the beauty of the planet Earth. We must also know that no pollution is the only solution and work to reduce pollution in our planet. Now, I tried to make a best out of waste using the plastic bags and create a type of stationery holder. So I would like to motivate everyone to inculcate such methods and try to reuse the waste so that our earth is free from all the dirt like plastic bags which is not possible to recycle. So yeah, this is it. Thank you.
Everybody, it is actually I'm talking to myself. Some of you said that we have to change ourselves. I'm talking this everything, whatever I'm going to say today, or we are going to say, in fact, we are going to say, that is for us only. It is completely dark. Nothing was there, and nothing is there. And it is happening actually before the creation. Nothing was there in the beginning. No one knows what was there. Only darkness, silence, that's all. Then you, yes, you created yourself. You are the creator of yourself and everything. Due to pleasure of creation, you forgot everything. Only in your mind, creation, creation, create. That was in your mind. You created universe, so many universe. We don't know how many universe you have created. You created galaxies, stars, cluster of stars, black holes, billions of billions sun, planets, moon, Earth. Was it a madness of creation? Not only creation, but also you expanded your creation. No one knows why, what was in your mind. No one knows what was in your dream. You created Earth, a planet. No one knows how many Earths you have created in the universe. Million years ago, you created our Earth, full of harshness, hot, dry, everything in vapor state, only crudeness. So far, only you can create. Only you can create. You are the only creator. Suddenly, you had a dream. Create a plant, and you, only you are the supreme power. You are the creator. Yes, you. You pray to your creation, earth, water, wind, sun, sky, to protect the saplings. Bless the saplings and help it to grow for others, other future creator. And so in future, it can.
हे धरित्री माँ, इस शिशुरूप पौधे को अपनी गोद में स्थान दो। इस नन्हे वृक्ष का लालन पालन करो। इसे आशीर्वाद दो कि यह विशाल वृक्ष में परिणित होकर शाखा प्रशाखा विस्तार करके वायु, सूर्य, जल और आकाश को नमन कर सके, नमन कर सके, नमन कर सके।
O Mother Earth, I pray to you that you take the sapling in your lap and nurture it, teach it to remain firm in every situation. Bless the sapling so that it may live to grow into a tree, spreading its branches and sub-branches, and bowing in front of water, wind, sun, and sky.
In this way, you prepare a place where you can bring Amrita Saputra, children of the immortal, human being and other different species. And for that reason, you pray to nature to protect your all creature and most intelligent Amrita Saputra, children of the immortal. Sri Rabindranath Tagore expressed the relation of human with others in his different poem or writings. But we have to accept that knowingly, unknowingly, we have done this thing. This tremendous pressure on our mouth. And now we have to accept. Knowingly, unknowingly, we supported it and facing the condition.
Good evening to everyone present here. The topic that we've taken up for our PowerPoint presentation is how COVID-19 has affected the environment. It was made by Brendan Sun and it will be presented by me, Angeline. Now, the unforeseen COVID-19 has affected the environment in many ways, just as it has affected our lives. There have been both good and bad effects, and today, on World Environment Day, I would like to take you through a few of them. Now, the benefits. The reduction in the amount of travel has benefited the environment greatly. Fewer animals are being injured on the roadways and the waterways. The decrease in the amount of cargo ships as well as trucks has reduced air, noise, sound, as well as water pollution, which has in turn benefited both flora and fauna. The natural growth of forests and the cycle of life of wild animals have been undisturbed compared to before, leading to a slight increase in their overall population. The increase in the amount of people undertaking gardening as a hobby has helped the environment, regardless of how small the impact has been. The decline in the industrial chain supply has reduced the demand of commercial activities that are hazardous to nature. Reduction in fishing and other hunting activities are an example of them. Many sightings of wildlife outside their natural habitat have also been reported. People can hear the chirruping of various birds and also see animals in their nearby vicinities, which they would usually see in the forests. Now, the losses. Since the outbreak of COVID-19, medical waste generation has increased globally, which is a major threat to the environment. For sample collection of the suspected COVID-19 patients, diagnosis, treatment of huge number of patients, and disinfection purposes, lots of infectious and biomedical wastes are generated from hospitals. Recently, huge amount of disinfectants have been applied onto roads, commercial and residential areas to exterminate the virus. And such extensive use of disinfectants may kill non-targeted species, which may create an ecological imbalance. Due to the pandemic, quarantine policies established in many countries have led to an increase in the demand of online shopping for home delivery, which ultimately increases the amount of household waste from the packaged material. To protect from the viral infection, presently people are using face masks, hand gloves, and other safety equipment, which increases the amount of healthcare waste. The production and use of plastic-based PPE kits has increased worldwide. And due to the lack of knowledge about infectious waste management, most people dump these face masks, hand gloves, etc. in open spaces and in some cases with household wastes. Such haphazard dumping of these trashes creates clogging in waterways and environmental pollution. The reduction in law enforcement may cause a sudden increase in illegal wildlife killing, in particular that of endangered animals liable to persecution or poaching. Some experts also worry that economic hardships in low-income countries may lead to an increase in natural resource exploitation, such as unlicensed logging and the illegal wildlife market, as people run out of ways to earn a living. Now, generally speaking, most of the benefits that the pandemic has brought to the environment will likely reverse once things go back to normal. However, we should not let go of this opportunity and instead work towards improving all that we have already accomplished due to the pandemic. The pandemic has brought much pain to everyone in many ways, but lingering onto those unfortunate circumstances would be a big waste compared to what we as humans know we can achieve when we work together. Therefore, I urge all of you present here to not just claim to work for the betterment of our environment, but actually do something for it. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Nilanjana Das of Standard 12, Science Section A, and today I have prepared a presentation on the occasion of World Environment Day. So it starts with a quote which says, "Show its worth, save the earth." This is a picture showing the magnificent planet Earth. Earth, our home planet, is a world unlike any other. It is the only planet in the solar system known to harbor life. Here's a quote which says, "On Earth there is no heaven, but there are pieces of it," by Jules Renard. To us, the planet Earth is the only heaven, and thus we must take every possible step to take care of it. Nature's gift to us. Everything we needed to survive and thrive is provided by the natural world around us. The list is endless. Some of it include the beautiful mountains, the evergreen forest which provide us with oxygen, and the beautiful water bodies. Then, as it is said, necessity is the mother of invention, hence started the transition period. With the beginning of civilization, the transition period began. The main motto of this period was to develop in a constructive way and benefit everyone. This period included modernization, industrialization, and further, it included urbanization. Though it resulted in productivity, but gradually it led to destruction. Though it is a development, but not in a holistic way. We have only thought of ourselves and did everything that will benefit us, and as an outcome, we deteriorated Mother Earth. And now, sadly, this is the grim reality. Mother Earth is struggling to breathe. Though nature has provided us with its wonderful creations, but we, the humans, have returned her only destruction. This is the present condition of our planet Earth. We have cut down the forest. No doubt it is needed, but the destruction is increasing day by day. The deforestation resulted in lack of oxygen in our environment. This is the present condition of the river bodies. The industrial wastes are being dumped into the water bodies. It is not only harming the aquatic life, but also us. This is the condition of air. The air we breathe is polluted extremely. In most metro cities, the air around us is even visible, which is a result of excessive pollution. And all these led to the tragic conditions. The so-called development has now reached the extreme level. It has caused devastating condition. As a result, mankind itself has put its life in danger. Now, the time has come when the nature will develop its own catastrophic methods to restore itself, at least to some extent. These catastrophic methods include tsunami, cyclone, earthquake, and many more. However, we must always remember that there is always a silver lining behind the dark grey clouds. Instead of looking into the grim condition of the planet Earth, what we can do is to take a step forward to reinstate our beautiful planet. Here's a line which says, "Veer tum बढ़े chalo, dheer tum बढ़े chalo." We must be patient and brave to walk and bring a better future. When it comes to be responsible enough to ensure well-being of our planet Earth, we must have strong determination to take each step forward until we succeed in bringing a new tomorrow. In this context, I would like to talk about the forest men of India, Jadav Molai Paing. He is popularly known as the Forest Men of India. He devoted 30 years of his life planting trees to create a forest reserve of 550 hectares single-handedly, which is known as the Molai Reserve on the sandbar of River Brahmaputra. It is declared as one of the largest inhabited river island in Assam. His story is an inspiration for all of us who are seeking to work towards a better future. Let us not wait for anyone else to come forward and take actions and encourage everyone. Rather, let us be that one person. On this Environment Day, I would like each one of us to take a vow that we will take every possible step to ensure that the ecological balance is maintained throughout. Here, I would like to end with a quote which says, "Let's nurture the nature so that we can have a better future." We must always remember that we have inherited this planet from our ancestors and are responsible to keep it in a better condition and lend it to our future generation. Thank you.
Everyone, celebrating today's event, which is Environment Day, Class 12 Science girls have prepared a small dance in which the lyrics are related to the environment. The names of the participants are Ibala Bianghun Kinte, Rimeka Kodor Karsotun, Alvina Hauke, Yarisa Ramai, Enam Karushulet, Azania Nongrum, Zara Pungro, Mary Chatri. And that's all. And we hope that you overlooked some of our mistakes. And our special thanks is towards Azania Nongrum, who has put in a lot of efforts in editing this video. So hope you all like it. Thank you.
Everyone, as we all are aware that World Environment Day is celebrated today across the globe to acknowledge and respect what Mother Nature has provided us. And I'd like to present you today a dance performed by a group of girls of Class 12 Science, and the name of the song is More and More, which tells us to take care of our environment and plant more trees, and yes, to spread awareness. Thank you so much. I hope you all enjoy it.
No, I want it. 입에 바른 소린 이제 그만할게. 'Cause I deserve it. 혹시 잠깐 내가 미웠지